With the changes made to the Astralis lineup, it seems like the roster has came back to life and started really performing again. No doubt in Ancient they're one of the strongest teams to go up against due to their difficult T and CT sides, and BlameF has been certainly helping with that with his crazy high 1.3 rating. Heya I'm Smirky, and today I want to look at BlameF and how he plays towards Cave on the CT side of Ancient, so let's begin. Let's first start taking a look at his starting utility. At the start of the round, BlameF will always come out of CT and go towards short. From here he's going to Molotov near the boost using this lineup, and he may combine this with a HE. These Molotovs will make it really claustrophobic for the T's to play on lane, forcing him to go into areas which they may need. It's worth noting as well, BlameF will pretty much do this molly 70% of the time he's going towards B, and maybe half the time he will throw a HE with it. BlameF is going to throw the same set of utility, he's going to throw the HE on top of the Molotov, and you can see when the T's go to put it out and try to run through it, they're going to take so much damage from it, making it so much easier to spray him down with the UMP. Maybe instead you want to bombard the T's with HEs and Molotovs. In this round, BlameF is going to Molotov the cubby, or wood, go towards this bit right here, aim at the floor, and run and jump for before he hits the blue part. These HE are going to destroy Nico's HP, putting him down to 2 HP. In this round, unfortunately, LAKEY did miss his HE, and if it had landed, Nico would be certainly out of the round. And if we have a bird's eye view, we can see the Molotovs are really restricting the spaces he can go, and forcing him to this part right here, where Astralis have their HEs lined up. If you want to know how to do the other HEs, here they are. They're both going to throw their Molotovs, get lined up, and once they're ready, they're going to jump throw. If you want to throw LAKEY's HE correctly, you can come to this wall, use this lineup, and jump throw. And this will be the final nail in the coffin. Now let me show you what BlameF does when he goes towards Cheetah. At the start of the round, he might smoke off the entrance himself. He will take advantage of the T's smoking it instead of him. He may play a bit passive, or he might just completely cancel it and fall back towards the B-bomb site. In this scenario that BlameF smokes it himself, this usually means the T's haven't smoked it for him. So in this round, BlameF is going to Molotov to deny any pushes towards lane or towards Jaguar. And obviously if one of the G2 players wanted to run through this, BlameF would have such a huge advantage in the fight. But when the Molotov is about to fade, he's going to put a smoke on top of it to create a wall. This will allow BlameF to hold K for a bit longer, around the 110 mark. In this round we're going to see something similar. BlameF is going to Molotov, he will do some quick wallbangs which I'll show later in the video, then he will smoke it off. With this smoke, he's put it in a way where it can allow him to go towards the window without getting grey screened. And this can be really useful just in case if it was an execute. But from here BlameF will go to the right side corner, I will nade towards the cubby. You can do this by aiming underneath this rock right here, moving your crosshair until you just pass this shadow right here, and run and left click throw. And this is actually a really nice nade and could easily deal damage to any players lurking around there. Now a lot of the times the opposing team may smoke Jaguar for you, and this will allow them to block an entrance to allow them to take lane carefully. However, you can use this to your advantage. In this round, BlameF is heading through Jaguar, the T smoked it for him, so because of this he can just wait around the smoke to see if anyone pushes through, before a quick HE which he misses, and then once the Molotov starts to fade, he'll re-smoke it and hold behind it. And it's worth noting as well, when he has the smoke down, he'll constantly be looking around the smoke. He'll be checking on top of the boosts, looking through this tiny gap right here, and it's worth noting you can probably see this a lot better in game. And again, just checking around the boosts. In this round we can see the exact same thing. G2 are going to smoke off Jaguar, BlameF is going to be waiting around the smoke, and when it starts to fade, he can re-smoke it if he wishes to. Now what happens if you know the T's are smoking it every round and you want to keep abusing this? Well, in this round BlameF is going to do his normal Molotov, he's going to head into Jaguar, and with the Molotovs thrown from LAKEY towards ramp, he's actually just going to straight peek out through the smoke and peek down. From here, if any T's were in the Molotovs, they'll be burning and fighting him right now, or they'll be forced through the smoke where they can't see anything. Pushing through the smoke like this is a big gamble, but it can be so rewarding to do this. If you do want to be a bit more safe though, you can always get a player to flash you in as well. Now on some rare occasions, BlameF may play a bit more passive towards Jaguar. In this round he's going to do his default utility, however in this round he's going to be sitting towards his entrance right here, waiting for the T's to peek him, not using any of his utility. Likely he's doing this because he doesn't want to use too much utility at the start of the round, and he's thinking it might just be a straight B rush, so it'll probably allow him to have a quicker rotation. And in this round we can see something similar. BlameF is going to head his way towards Jaguar, he's going to throw this HE, and as Monacy goes to peek, he's going to take a first initial 30 damage from the HE, and BlameF will finish him off. Now let me show you the scenarios where BlameF had to cancel going towards Jaguar. In this round BlameF was trying to default as normal, however Heroic execute onto the B bomb site, so instead of sticking around, he's going to instantly rotate towards cave. From here he's going to peek out and hold this angle right here, and because of this positioning, he's cut the entire site right in half. The T's can't cross over towards long or short, and they can't push in towards cave, making it really limited on where they can play. And also having cave control in a retake scenario is so much better, as you can wallbang, you prevent the T's from being able to position towards there, and you force the T's towards either the bomb site or towards ramp. But in a second, BlameF will overstay his welcome a bit, he'll pull out a nade in the open and he will die. I think from his point of view, he should have fell off before pulling out the utility. But it doesn't really matter, as Astralis have enough time to rotate in and start beginning the retake. In this round, BlameF has wanted the default like normal. The T's are going to throw some rushing utility, so to try and prevent them from pushing out to the side too early, he's going to hold this angle right here. And this will prevent the T's from pushing Zipex way too quickly, allowing him to have a bit of a fighting chance. However, in this round, BlameF is actually going to commit to the bomb site, Zipex will go down, and the B players will go 2 for 2. But even going 2 for 2 is still really good on the B bomb site, as now you've delayed quite a bit, and you'll have the retake to start taking action right now. Once again, Heroic executes onto the B bomb site, and you can see Falling is already in the position that Blame was in earlier. So you could double up with him if you wanted to and peek towards the bomb site, or you could be really annoying and spam the wallbang. This can be super annoying to deal with, as you could deny the bomb plant, and you're also creating a line which the T's can't cross, without taking a lot of damage. And in this round he's able to get a kill onto Starn. And when Folly goes down, BlameF will try to take over, he'll get full blind, and Shush will push him. Now let me quickly show you the wallbangs. As you've already seen, BlameF likes to wallbang a lot, as it can be really powerful and can get some free damage. In this round, BlameF is going to create a wall with a smoke, aim towards here, and start shooting. And this wallbang can make it really super restrictive, because the Molotov that BlameF throws at the start of every round will usually allow players to go towards the boost, where he can line himself up for the wallbang. Another wallbang you can do is the one towards the door. In this round, he's going to put another wall up, aim towards here, and start shooting. It can be unlikely to get a kill from this spot, but you can get some free damage from any T's walking through the doors. And lastly, the wallbang for mid. Once again, BlameF is going to put a smoke down, he's going to line himself up, he'll make sure his crosshairs around this brick right here, and he'll start shooting. And as a T, it can be really hard to return fire due to how small the wallbangable bit is. Now for some positioning towards Cheetah. It's worth noting BlameF will commonly just be floating around Cheetah, checking around the smokes, doing some wallbangs, etc. However, he may position himself at some times. From here, it can be really powerful as you can get information towards lane, you can hear if the T's are going to execute, and it can allow you to have a quick path to flank towards mid or A. However, this position can be easily checked and cleared due to it being so easily molotovable, and it's pretty much a one and done spot. But in a second, Kanan's going to be left in a 1v4, and BlameF is going to get the kill with the peak's advantage. Here's another position you could play. In this round, BlameF is heading towards Cheetah, and he's going to put himself in the middle of this entrance. Now, I'm not a fan of this spot because it can be so easy to get killed. However, it can be an off angle for the T's if they're not going to clear this, especially if you have a UMP up close. However, in this round, BlameF is wanting to peek before the flashbang, and LAKEY will get the kill. You can also play towards this right corner right here. Now, as mentioned before, this spot can be really easy molotovable, and it's a one and done spot. I think it's probably best to play the other side as well, as you have peak's advantage on your side, and you have the option to fall away, unlike if you play towards the right side. But it can be really good if you have a smoke wall behind it, as you can kill the T's running through it. But in this round, BlameF is going to opt to stay in this position, and you can also get information towards mid if you can hear it. Once again, BlameF is going to play in the same spot, however he has a teammate in Zipex with him. I much prefer this, as you have a teammate with you if someone does peek, and it can be a deadly crossfire between the pair of you. But in this round, Zipex wants to rotate, so he's going to smoke off the entrance and fall off. Now, for a lot of B players, it can be really common to apply a lot of pressure towards the lane and start aggressing. Let me show you some examples starting with ramp. In this round, Blame and Zipex are going to make their way over, they're going to creep their way down, Zipex is going to smoke the door like this, and they're both going to swing out. From here, they're able to get the information that the lane's clear, and this can really catch the T's off guard, as there's not going to be any warning signs with any flashbangs or molotovs coming in. And from here, BlameF is going to throw a nade and rotate off. Here is another example of both of them taking ramp, but in a contact style. In this round, BlameF and Zipix are going to sneak their way down. BlameF is going to bait Zipix a bit, just in case if Zipix dies, he can easily get the trade. Once they get the information lanes cleared, they can start rotating. And they're likely doing this because there's no sound towards B, and there's some pressure being applied towards A. Now let's look at aggressing from Cave. In this round, BlameF is going to throw his default Molotov. However, in this round, Glaive is going to throw a Cubby Molotov. Zipix is going to throw his ramp Molotov, and Glaive will combine this with a flashbang. It is worth noting that the smoke that Zipix threw from spawn did miss, and does put out one of the Molotovs. However, the purpose of this is to really limit the space the T's can play from. They're going to be forced away from Cubby, they're not going to be able to play towards the boost or ramp area, and forced out into the open where Zipix and BlameF are peeking, and the flash is coming in. But once they peek out, they know it's going to be an A-tape because their donut player died, so they're going to rotate quickly. Once again, we have something similar. In this round, BlameF is going to throw a flash. His teammates in Zipix and Glaive are going to throw the 2 Molotovs. If all 3 Molotovs are put down, it makes it really hard for the T's to contest Banana, and allow the CT side to have it. Right now, I think BlameF does make a bit of a mistake, and I think he should have threw it instantly, but he throws it anyway and peeks right after it. And from here, he has all the information in the world. Now let's have a look at how you can hold lane once you have it. In this round, Astralis have taken lane control, and BlameF is going to be juggling from window. From here, he's able to spot any T's running through the smoke, and he can also watch elbow by checking behind him. This makes it really hard for the T's to have any control, as BlameF has shut down B and mid, and forcing the T's to go towards A if they don't want to contest it. But in a second, BlameF is going to move down towards this, could be right here, and he's going to hide. I think with the HE, it does give his spot a bit away, as they can kind of tell where the HE come from. But it is worth noting with this position, it's probably a one and done spot, meaning that as soon as you get a kill, there's no way for you to retreat, and you're just going to have to fight it out. And that's what's going to exactly happen in this round. GT is going to take lane control, BlameF is going to peek and get a kill onto Jax before being traded by Nico. Something else you can do if you want to hold on to lane control is by jiggling. In this round, BlameF is going to be jiggling towards the door, and from here you can spot any T's wanting to creep out towards the lane. The reason why he's jiggling is because he doesn't want to get caught off by any flashbangs. However, he still wants to be ready just in case Zipix got peeked without any utility. So jiggling is the best bet. But in a second, Zipix is going to get contact. BlameF will try to help by shutting them out of B, and if Zipix did get the kill onto Nico, he can fall back towards his corner right here, and G2 can't do anything about it due to the Molotov spreading. But unfortunately, they are going to lose control. Now you're probably wondering, when does BlameF leave Cheetah? Well, he will commonly leave it around 120 or 116 where his smoke starts to fade. From here he has no wall to hide behind, so it's probably best just to retreat. And once again we can see something similar. He's going to get to around 116 and he's going to fall off back to the B-bomb site. It is worth noting, if you do overstay your welcome, you could just get Molotov'd out. In this round, BlameF is playing towards the left side corner, and he's going to get Molotov'd out and forced to retreat back to cave. And in this scenario you do overstay, you could be left defenseless with no positioning to take, and you could end up like this. So try to understand when you need to fall back. Now lastly, let's take a look at his B site positioning. He doesn't play around the site often because either when he needs to fall off, the execute's already coming in, or he has lane control. But in this round he fell away from Jaguar, he does a quick wallbang and almost gets Jax through the wall. And from here he's just going to be jiggling towards cave, making sure he's not a static object, making him very easy to pre-fire. And if he gets contact, he can easily fall off and reposition towards the B-bomb site. This is probably one of the most common positions I've seen BlameF play when he's playing towards B site. In this round he's going to be towards short, and from here he's able to watch anyone leaving towards cave and anyone crossing towards the B-bomb site. It is worth noting about this position, it is really easy for you to get smoked off, and it looks like BlameF is playing a bit more passive, just in case if the X2 came in, they have the numbers to retake it. However, in a second, he's going to change his angles up and hold this one instead. As mentioned before, he can catch anyone crossing towards the B-bomb site, and they might not be watching this really tight angle that BlameF is holding. But BlameF is going to be staying in this position for a while. Some pressure comes in from G2, so he's going to try and slow it down by flashing towards ramp. And in a second, Astralis is going to completely stag the B-bomb site, and BlameF is going to smoke off ramp. And this smoke will force in G2 to where around the 30-second mark, if they want to push onto the side without a smoke in their face. And Astralis will take this opportunity to double up towards cave. Even though it's an eco, you could also play this position. In this round, Farleg is going to go towards wood. Meanwhile, BlameF and Zipex will both play towards pillar. In this round, BlameF is going to be baiting Zipex a bit, just so when Hero kills Zipex, they think it's clear and BlameF might be able to get another. And it's worth noting when the execute comes in, you can see from this pillar it's actually blocking the majority of the flashbangs, allowing BlameF to fight like normal. So in this round, Zipex and Farleg will have the right side, while BlameF holds the left. However, Zipex will die, so BlameF wants to try and fight with Farleg to see what damage they can do. Together, they're going to peek out and start blasting their brains with their pistols. Even though they both die, they do a really good job in putting it in a 2v2 situation, which is definitely winnable for Astralis. After watching a couple of BlameF demos, I noticed he's really pressuring. With these coordinated Molotovs, it forces his opponents into areas where they're open to Wallbangs and HEs, making it really difficult to take. He's quite safe. Blame will usually stay in Jaguar when he has utility acting as a wall, or he will only push into lane with a strong utility to give him a chance of more winnable duels. Lastly, I do think part of his games are quite counterable. When watching, I noticed teams who were smoking Jaguar didn't really use it that much to cross, and tried to use it as a wall to stop pushes, whereas Blame used it as an excuse to stay in cave longer. Also with these Molotovs, he's been pretty much throwing it in the same place every round, with maybe some slight differences in one round. Against higher teams, they'll kind of understand over time and how to counter him, but against amateur teams and pugs, these utility sets will still be really strong. If you have any players or positions you want me to break down next, feel free to put it in the comments below and I will have a look. Perhaps you want to know how to pop out Monster on the T side of Overpass? Well, I made a video on my Twitter special about Heroic, which you can check out in the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks for watching, see you in a bit.